Alright guys, I'm back and we're making new videos on the channel that I can't wait to share with you. And so today we're going to cover Age of Anthemius. This is a beautiful new mod on Total War Attila. It takes place during 471 AD, and it reminds me a lot of kind of the Age of Justinian style, fragmented Roman Empire, lots going on, lots of invasions, scripts to make it interesting, and redone kind of unit rosters and factions and all of that, and it's really fun. It's a great reason to get back into Total War Attila, into a new time period that feels really kind of complete and very challenging and new. So if you're looking for a mod like that, this is definitely it. And the latest update to Age of Anthemius is really chunky. There's a lot to get in here. So first and foremost, the whole kind of Roman factions that you can get into, there's one in Britain, Northern Gaul, Italy, North Africa, Spain. There's lots of different types of Roman factions going on in the world. They've all gotten a full overhaul featuring a new recruitment system, AOR troops via the garrison chain, and a fresh roster, completely redone, reskinned roster for the Roman factions. It's really quite fun, very interesting, and the units look absolutely amazing as well. So there's a lot of great things to see there if you want to play as the Roman faction or a new Roman faction that you haven't played before. This is a great time to get back into that. There's a new tech overhaul as well for Western Rome specifically, which is called the Pillars of Destruction. And what that means is it's a brand new mechanic basically that the mod says has never been seen in any other mod before, and technically it's true, but it's kind of flipping tech on its head, in that what it means is you have to research technology to get rid of very negative effects right from the get-go. So what that means is, this is the end of the empire, lots of fragmentation, lots of corruption, depopulation, public order issues, sanitation issues, lots of things happening all at the same time, and it's there to make your life difficult, right? So it's plaguing the empire, all of these issues. So what Pillars of Destruction is all about is researching certain technologies to remove these pillars from generating their negative effects. And the more time and energy you dedicate to researching these technologies, the more you can kind of remove these corruption effects, depopulations, effects, to essentially save your empire, save your faction from being destroyed internally, right? And give yourself the tools to fight those external invasions and threats. And then there's also a newly implemented changeable faction name for almost all playable factions, for tribes to become nations and claimants to become empires. Now, this is quite cool. A lot of mods do this, and I really like it when kind of mods do it. I wish that Total War did more of this as well, but essentially you can achieve certain objectives, to conquer certain lands, destroy certain enemies, to become a certain faction in history, become an empire, reunite the Western Roman Empire, all of that. Like, you can do that through scripts, essentially, by conquering lands and enemies. So that's a really cool, interesting new implementation in Age of Anthemius. Lots of other mods do it as well. You see it to a limited extent in MK1212. I think there's some kind of changeable faction names in DEI as well, and others. It's a really cool mechanic to have, very dynamic, gives you a bit of a kind of an objective to strive for when you're playing through your faction campaign. So I love that they've been able to implement this here in Age of Anthemius as well. And then another really interesting mechanic that's been recently implemented across Rome 2 and Attila, actually, is specifically to do with region trading diplomatically. And region annexing. So if you play as a faction in DEI in Rome 2, you have an option now to not just vassalize a faction maybe that you've conquered or you've made peace with. You can actually annex some of their regions after a certain amount of turn for money, right? And that's specific to Rome 2. But in Attila, there's a certain amount of region trading that is now available as well, especially through Age of Anthemius. So when you you've reconquered a region for an ally, you can give it back to that ally for positive diplomatic effects. You can conquer regions and hand them back to other factions and gain a lot more diplomatic boon and you know, non-aggressions, alliances, all of that, asking them to enter wars, etc. There's also diplomatic, you know, region trading, which is quite cool as well. So lots of interesting things happening mechanically in these games that we're seeing here in Age of Anthemius as well. And then we've also got war wariness in Age of Anthemius, which is kind of expected, I guess. You know, it's a new mod. A lot more of these mechanics that are not here but are in other mods. We're always going to come back in here into Age of Anthemius. And I think war wariness is a good one. It can be quite divisive. Some people really enjoy it. The long-term effects, the, you know, you have to kind of think a few steps ahead to see how entering certain wars will affect your war wariness and therefore effects on you know, your recruitments, population happiness, all sorts of different effects. But it can also, I can see the other side of the argument of it being kind of gimmicky, or you know, it's a very passive effect on your campaign, and you can just click a few buttons to offset some of those negative penalties. And you know, at the end of the day, it's a bit like to me, it feels a bit like Medieval 2. You're going to war with Christian kingdoms, and then the Pope says, you know, stop fighting these guys or you will lose favor and you'll be excommunicated, etc. That's the kind of same effect that I see here with war wariness. Like, you just stop it for a few turns and then you go again. You know, it's delaying what you already want to do, essentially. So I can see both sides of the coin, but I think at the end of the day, it's quite good. It can be really good for role playing as well. You need to look ahead a few steps to understand what kind of choices you're making, how, because it's such a chaotic world in Age of Anthemius as well, and wars can brew up at any time, wars against you as well. In that way, I think it can be quite interesting to engage with. You know, some wars you won't be able to get out of, essentially. So it can really be quite debilitating in your campaigns. Of course, the new update also comes with lots of bug fixes, script cleanups, various quality of life improvements, and you know, all of that is really welcome as well. Age of Anthemius is a very active mod, so I'm sure there will be a lot more updates coming out in the near future as well to fix a lot of the issues, underlying issues that still need to be cleaned up. But overall, I think it's a great update that adds some really much needed polish to probably the most played factions in the mod, the Roman factions especially. There's some really interesting mechanical changes here with obviously war wariness, but also the script changes to being able to become new factions, new kingdoms, new empires. The Pillars of Destruction are really cool as well. I highly recommend you engage with that and check out how, you know, you can really improve the kind of quality of life of your empire just by doing these tech research kind of processes that yeah, essentially make your life a lot harder at the start of your campaign. I really like them. And yeah, I mean, the Roman units look absolutely amazing. There's a full AOR system here that wasn't here before. The reskins look really, really crisp and good. I mean, the textures look good. You know, the various artwork that they've gone with shield designs, like there's some really good work here from a unit roster perspective for the Romans, which I really enjoy the most, obviously, compared to the other factions playable in the mod. So yeah, there's some really good stuff here. I highly recommend you get into Age of Anthemius. I've dropped a link below in the video description to the Steam mod page, which is called Age of Anthemius Beta, by the way. It's already got a lot of traction, lots of people playing it. It's called the Lex code name update, by the way, so that's what you want to be looking for here. It's really good. I love the units and what they've done there. I love the mechanical changes. There's hopefully a lot more coming here as well. It's my most played mod recently, I would say. So that's saying a lot, right? But yeah, so the mod is in the video description below. There's a Discord server for you to check out as well, I've added below. And yeah, if you want to see more like this, guys, more regular news updates that are quite in-depth, insightful, informative, and you know, you want to support the channel at the same time and what I'm doing here, the mod updates that I'm trying to come out with, mod reviews, strategy game reviews, and lots of different types of videos that are going to be coming out here, then check check out the newsletter that I've come out with recently. This is a paid newsletter. It's only $2.99 a month, but it also goes towards helping the channel, creating content here. You get also other benefits like early access to videos, like unique Discord roles, and the newsletter as well, the full newsletter. So there's a lot of really good perks here to supporting the channel. I hope you do, and if you do, really, I do really thank you and I appreciate you. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below, as always, and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.